Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome, race fans, out to Martinsville for the Southern Motorsports Martinsville 115 out here tonight. 115 laps for these guys. Should be some great short track racing for the Southern Motorsports boys in the Truck Series. And we'll go ahead and run through the points as they sit right now. Brad Hicks on top of the points. He does have a pretty good lead. Second place, Shane Pippola, 75 points behind. Paul Zoda currently sitting in third, 87 points behind. Billy Howard in fourth, AJ Hamill fifth, Rob Whitmore in sixth, Kurt Davidson seventh, William Lee in eighth, Stephen Bird in ninth. Jeff Glockner rounds out the top 10 in points. We should have our new points graphics working within the next week. We had a hiccup with it last night. Thought we had it fixed tonight, and now it's not working at all. So we're gonna get that fixed eventually. We do have a couple new things we're breaking out tonight, so it should be a fun race. A lot of trucks out here, 24 trucks out there, and I believe all of them are currently still in the session. We have Lupe Gonzalez and Kurt Davidson not in their trucks at the moment, but I believe they are still on the track. So should have some great racing out here tonight. Just about just under 7 minutes left in practice for these guys. And like I said, we're going to be working on some new things. Hopefully stuff doesn't crash on us tonight, but you know, you're always going to have problems when it comes to trying out new things. So we do have a couple drivers that will have their pictures featured on the grid, and when we do the driver profiles, I think we have 5 of those drivers, and I think all of them are out here tonight. So it should be fun to see those, and we'll have more drivers sending their pictures in throughout the week and throughout the season. And we also have trying to think what I'm trying to say here. We have the team feature, and when we go through the grid, you'll see the team names for the drivers that belong to certain teams. If they are not in a team, you'll see their club name, but get those team names out there and show some love to those teams and show give them thanks for showing their support for Southern Motorsports, as this league has exploded over the last couple of weeks. We now have 26 drivers registered for the event tonight, and still don't have Lupe on the field, but we do have, who was it? I believe it was Kurt Davidson we were wondering about earlier. He is on the track now. Lupe, who ran the second fastest time, is not out practicing. And Ronald Etheridge came onto the track. He has yet to take a lap. AJ Bellinger did come onto the track. He was one of those latecomers here tonight, as we just go to 5 minutes left in practice. But back to what I was saying, they are exploding here in Southern Motorsports. They're having more and more drivers come out for these races, and it's been consistent. They've had about 3 or 4 weeks now of drivers with, they've had about 30 drivers every race. So 26 is a little bit lower than that, but it's still a good turnout for these guys. As we're taking a look at the 54, Joe Mitchell, one of those dangerous drivers out there. He's got a good opportunity tonight to come away with a win. Let's actually check to see if he's got a win yet. Doesn't have a win yet in the Truck Series. Doesn't have a pole either, so this might be the night for Joe Mitchell to have a breakout race here in the Truck Series. We're going to try to turn up the audio a little bit here. I have a feeling it was quite low, so we're going to turn it up a little bit, and if it gets a little too loud, we'll have to turn it down a little bit, but hopefully that's going to be a little bit better. And right now we do have Jeremy Dominic, who I believe, if I remember correctly, finished third at last week's Xfinity Series race here in Southern Motorsports. So he is definitely a driver to watch. He was very consistent. He was near the front most of last Wednesday, so they'll have a shot to win this as well. And look at that, we had 2 more drivers join the field. Tony Gray in the 00 and Michael Palmer in the 31. Michael Palmer not on the track yet. Ronald Etheridge did take to the field, and Lupe Gonzalez is back out there as well. So I believe we have all of the drivers out here tonight. So 28 drivers for the field tonight, waiting to see if we have any more latecomers, see if we can hit that 30 mark that these guys have been hitting the last couple weeks. Jeremy Dominic still sitting out front with the fastest lap time in practice. Lupe Gonzalez second, Justin McDuff third, AJ Hamill fourth, and Brad Hicks fifth. Let's take a look at that top 5. I thought that had the time on it. It does not. Liking that 60 machine of Ronald Etheridge and the M&M truck. It's a pretty nice scheme to be driving out there tonight. You're going to look at around some of the field. There's Lupe Gonzalez sporting the 575 Motorsports scheme. He is very accustomed to running that, as I believe 575 Motorsports is his team. We're just about to round out practice and head to qualifying. $115 laps, so these guys like to keep it green. It is short track racing, 30 trucks. It's going to be interesting. If these guys can keep it green, it's going to be a quick paced race. But if we have a lot of cautions, this race will drag on. And And we're now going to head to qualify. So let's see who gets on the track. Adam Baker is out there. Let's go ahead and check out Adam Baker's laps here. As you do see on the left-hand side, you will see all the times as they come up. It'll show the top 10. And then we also have the ticker running, so you'll be able to see everybody on everybody's times. And on the ticker, I'll have to check to make sure with the qualifying, but on the ticker for the whole race tonight, those intervals are from the leader to where that driver is sitting. So it is not distance between cars, it is distance from the leader. And Keith Haney right now taking the lead for the fastest time. Adam Baker in second. Keith Haney with that sub 20 tough time to beat. And Joe Mitchell beats it. And there we have actually 3 drivers now. A lot more. Top 5 is all sub 20. So great driving by these guys. Joe Mitchell, that driver we said to watch, is up front now with a 19.818. Keith Haney not far behind. Lupe Gonzalez taking over that top spot now. And this is a solo qualify, so trucks are not blinking out. It's just flipping to other trucks as we sit here in qualifying. We're watching the 91 of Jim Locking, who had a pretty good run, and we're going to, last night at GAC, we're flipping through these quick. Jim Locking got that win last night with GAC, so once again, congrats to him for last night's win. Let's see if we can get another one out here tonight. We're now watching the 51 of Paul Cohen. And as we sit right now, that just updated. 23 of our 28 drivers have now taken times. And Paul Cohen must be getting as much practice in as he can, because he's still out on the track. And it looks like the 00 of Tony Gray is going to bring it out of the pits and try to record a lap time here tonight. Actually, I think we have Tony Gray already taken 2 laps, so he might be out there getting some practice in before the race starts. We now have 25 of our 28 drivers with lap times. And the 3 drivers who have yet to take lap times are Bob Skinner, Ray Williams, and Kurt Davidson. We saw those 3 guys on the track during practice. Hopefully they are out here for the race. And Bob Skinner has gone to the track. We'll see if he gets a lap time in before their qualifying time ends. So I'm not sure if Bob Skinner missed when it switched to qualifying, or he just wanted to see where everybody was running before he took his time. As the top 10 is all sub 20 lap times. Great job by those guys out here tonight. Bob Skinner going to run a 12th place lap time for the moment, his first lap around. And we'll see where this one puts him as he finishes up. Oh, he doesn't get his second lap finished just quite yet. And we will go to the grid. Run off qualifying, go to Lupe Gonzalez, who is our pole leader here tonight. And we'll pull up the grid. So on the pole tonight, Lupe Gonzalez racing for 575 Motorsports. Justin McDuff will start second here tonight, racing out of New York. Joe Mitchell will be starting in third place tonight, racing out of Pennsylvania. Keith Haney starting in fourth, racing out of Georgia. Brad Hicks starts on the inside in fifth, racing for Club Carolina. Shane Pippola will start on the outside in sixth with Club Carolina as well. AJ Bellinger, a newcomer to the league, will be starting on the inside in seventh. And Tony Gray, I believe in his second race tonight, will be starting in eighth tonight. Adam Baker starts back in ninth, racing for Club New York. Jeremy Dominic, trying to continue his dominance here in Southern Motorsports, will start in 10th, racing for Club New England. David Howard Jr. will be starting 11th, racing for Club Mid-South. Bob Skinner will start in 12th, racing for DVS Racing. AJ Hamill will start 13th, racing for Club New York. Paul Cohen will start in 14th, racing for Club New England. Lynn McNeese will start in 15th tonight, racing for Club Georgia. Rob Whitmore, racing for Club Illinois, will start 16th. David Gainforth in the 101 Mr. Bubble Machine will start in 17th, racing for Club Canada. Billy Howard, racing for Club Florida, will start 18th. Jim Locking will start in 19th tonight. Paul Zoda, racing for SoMo Racing, will start 20th. James Haney will start 21st tonight, racing for Club Georgia. Jay Dubuque will start in 22nd, racing for Club New York. Ryan Gimmel will start 23rd, racing for Club Pennsylvania. Daniel Haney starting in 24th, racing for Club Georgia. Michael Palmer will start 25th. Was not the first truck without a time. Will race for Club Atlantic, starting in 25th. Ronald Etheridge will start in 26th. Was the first truck not to take a time tonight. Ray Williams starts in 27th tonight. Kurt Davidson, racing for Club Carolina, will start 28th to round out the field. As the pace car has dipped in, we're getting ready to go green. Green flag is out, and Lupe Gonzalez brings him to the line. Doesn't lead a lap just yet, but brings him to the line. And are we already having a caution? I hear banging, and I think we're having a couple of fender benders at the start of the race. And let me update this. Justin McDuff went to the lead. Does he get a lap lead and steal one from Lupe Gonzalez? Does lead the first lap of the race, so we've already had a lead change for tonight. I don't think it'll count as a lead change, but Lupe Gonzalez moves back to second. Keith Haney in third, Joe Mitchell fourth, Brad Hicks in fifth. So far, so good. They are racing clean here at Martinsville. We're only 3 laps into this 115 lap contest, though. So it's turning out to be a great start for these guys, as you always wonder how those starts are going to be, especially in short track racing. So Justin McDuff has led 3 laps now. He started second place tonight, and he's holding off Lupe Gonzalez, who's always a dangerous competitor here. Lupe won 8 races back when they were running the K&N Pro cars. I believe that was last season, or not last season, but last quarter here at Southern Motorsports. So you always got to worry about that 53 behind you. Justin McDuff, though, is still out front leading laps, and we're ticking him off pretty quick here. Let's take a look back in the field. Joe Mitchell moving into 5th. He's got Brad Hicks. Brad Hicks is in 4th. Not Brad Hicks that he's battling with, but the 89 of Shane Pippola is behind him. We got newcomer AJ Bellinger in the 01 battling with Jeremy Dominic. Tony Gray sitting in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is AJ Hamill racing for Upstate Racing Team. .48 of Adam Baker sitting back in 11th, trying to get a run on the 18, trying to get into that top 10. We got some tires locking up, and nobody getting damage in that corner. I just realized that is really loud at points, so we're going to turn that down a little bit. But Adam Baker is still battling back here. Let's go back up front, though, with Justin McDuff, as that is some close racing. It's typical short track racing right now. But we'll go up with Justin McDuff, who's at the front of this pack. And I don't know if we're going to find a great camera here, as it's tough to get a good camera angle at Martinsville, but we'll do our best here tonight. 11 laps down, and Justin McDuff has led every single lap. 11 laps down. And our top 10, or our top 5, as it sits right now, not a whole lot of movement in that top 5. And actually, the whole top 5 has just kind of, they've just kind of moved around a little bit. And you see Justin McDuff started 2nd here tonight, now sitting 1st. Lupe Gonzalez started 1st, now sitting in 2nd. Keith Haney started in 4th, now sits 3rd. Brad Hicks in 5th, sits 4th. And we've got a caution. We're going to check out who that was. It was right in front of the leaders, it looked like. Was it Jay Dubuque? We can find Jay on our... Yeah, Jay's got some pretty good damage. Let's take a look to see what happened to Jay Dubuque with our first caution of the night. We'll see if we can see what happened to him here. As we see, he's in the wall there. And he didn't see that 55 on the outside of him, went into the wall. He got collected by, I believe that is James Haney. Double check right here, it is James Haney. So he got collected by James Haney after he went to go to that outside line coming out of the corner. So with that, we'll have our first caution of the night. We've already got guys coming off pit road. Brad Hicks beats everybody off pit road. Great job by the points leader. Or did Brad Hicks didn't even come down pit road. First one off pit road was Justin McDuff, so. And how many of these guys are going a lap down? This is a tough track with those pit stalls. If you do not get in there quick, you are going a lap down. And we're seeing some of them get dropped back a lap. So we're going to see if Adam Baker is available for an interview here. Adam Baker, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you've been quietly sitting in the back of the pack. I mean, about midway, actually. Start 9th tonight, and you're already moving up the field, up into 7th right now. How's the truck treating you in Martinsville?
It's all right. We're about to go green, though, so I'm going to have to let you go.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. Thanks. And that was a quick caution. Didn't expect to have that quick of a caution, and we're back green. Brad Hicks did bring him to the line. So we'll go ahead and take a look up with Brad Hicks, who's got Ryan Gimmel in the 83 behind him, the 20. They bunching up. We got trucks in the grass. No caution, lots of checkup. And I believe actually Adam Baker was involved in that. We're going to take a quick look back at that, as there's going to be a caution now, as there's even more damage. So this will be our second caution of the night. See if we can take a look to see what happened. As it kind of all started in the first corner after the restart, had some checkups. Adam Baker was able to keep it together. Nobody involved there. But as soon as they went to the second corner, it was actually the 31. It looked like he locked them up. Let's take a look to see what happened to the 31 of Michael Palmer. As they come out of turn number 2, going into turn number 3. Oh, and it looked like there was a little bit of netcode, or Michael Palmer overcorrected it when the 84 of Lynn McNeese came down. So with that, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break of the night, and we'll come back as they go green once again here at the Southern Motorsports Martinsville 115.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Pace car lights are out there on the backstretch at the moment. Brad Hicks, though, in the lead, the points leader here at the Southern Motorsport Truck Series. We'll bring him around for the third restart of tonight. That was our second caution, and they ran pretty well here at the beginning stages, and the green flag is out. Brad Hicks will bring him to the line. Doesn't get a lap stolen, will lead his 11th lap of the night. And Ryan Gemmel now on the outside of 3 wide. As Keith Haney was able to get to the inside pretty quickly and get around 83, who's probably got some older tires because we did see him stay out both times. Brad Hicks, I believe, Brad Hicks is not pitted yet. So Ryan Gemmel and Brad Hicks have yet to pit tonight. And your top 5 as it sits right now, and it's going to actually change here in a moment because the 20 went high and Lynn McNeese dipped underneath to get into second. So let's go ahead. We're going to flip back to Lynn. And actually, Tony Gray is working his way up into the top 5. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top 5. Brad Hicks started 5th tonight, now sitting 1st. Lynn McNeese started back in 15th, has worked his way up to 2nd. Tony Gray started back in 8th, worked up to 3rd. Keith Haney started 4th here tonight, still sits in 4th. And Justin McDuff started 2nd and now sits in 5th as Lupe Gonzalez, who was our pole sitter tonight, gets past Justin McDuff, who I believe hit the wall back there and is dropping spots pretty quickly. Tony Gray, though, we haven't seen him a lot, and he is sitting in 3rd right now, making a pretty great showing out here for him. So let's see if these guys can keep it green. Maybe we'll get a green flag. Some green flag stops in as Lynn McNeese locked him up going into the corner, and then it looks like he tapped the wall coming out of the corner. So he's going to lose a little bit more time to Brad Hicks, but still staying in that second. Tony Gray was unable to get around him. And now Keith Haney is working on the 0-0 of Tony Gray as he's going to go to the inside and try to make that pass for the 3rd position. He's not going to quite get it going into the corner. But now he'll be on that inside on the front stretch. And he will pass Tony Gray into 3rd. And Tony will move back to 4th. Take a look through the rest of the field and see where we got some action going on. And it looked like Justin McDuff almost hit the wall again there. He's got some pretty good right front damage. Behind him, you got Ryan Gemmel, who still hasn't pitted. David Gainforth, who's actually not in the Mr. Bubble machine anymore. David Gainforth has gone to a new scheme, and it looks like he's got a rust-looking scheme. So he goes from the Mr. Bubble to a truck that looks like it needs some bubbles. Paul Zoda sitting back there in the Support the Monkey butt truck. And we got 3 wide back here. 07 clipping the 41. No caution though. They're going to keep it green. Rob Whitmore falls back to 14th, and now he's got the 82 of Bob Skinner behind him. And we got bumping all around the track in those corners. Paul Cohen back here in 16th. Jim Locking 17th. 34 of Jeremy Dominic back here. The 01 is a couple laps down, but the 34 is sitting in 18th at this moment. Adam Baker now back in 19th, still on that lead lap. Go all the way back to Ronald Etheridge, the 60 machine, who is the last truck on the lead lap. Kurt Davidson is, I believe he's 1 lap. Oh, the 101 is spinning. We're going to have another caution out here. And we saw that at just the right time. Let's go ahead and take a look to see what happened to David Gainforth. And this will be our 3rd caution of the night. And I think he thought he was clear because he came up like he was going to make the pass on the 83, and the 83 just clipped the rear bumper, and So David Gainforth takes some damage, the 83 of Ryan Gemmel took some damage, and the 99 of Paul Zoda also took some damage. So these guys are all going to go to pit road and try to get as much fixed as quick as they can, and Brad Hicks is still out there not pitting yet. Oh, he has come to pit road now. So we're going to take a look at some of these pit stop times. And I think Lynn McNeese is already out there. Lupe Gonzalez is out front already. So just like that, you see how much the top 10 changed from those pit stops. Brad Hicks drops back to 4th. Lynn McNeese moves up into 3rd. And I think Lynn McNeese actually got caught speeding because he's giving up some spots. Brad Hicks now scored as 2nd. And there it goes. It just updated. So we lost all that. Keith Haney is in 1st. Brad Hicks 2nd. Tony Gray sitting in 3rd. Lupe Gonzalez 4th. Shane Pippola 5th. AJ Hamill 6th. David Howard Jr. 7th. Justin McDuff 8th. Bob Skinner 9th. And Lynn McNeese is back in 10th. I guarantee he got caught speeding in the pits. So Keith Haney is up front now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the race summary. As Keith Haney is out front. We've had 2 lead changes. I don't think that is just right, as Keith Haney has now led 2 laps. Brad Hicks has 25 and Justin McDuff has 14. So he is our 3rd leader tonight. But this is our 3rd caution, and we've had 13 caution laps here tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back as we go green flag racing once again here at Martinsville. And we're actually going to cut that commercial a little bit short because I didn't realize we were getting ready to go green. Pace car had dipped in. Keith Haney bringing him to the line. Green flag is out. Keith Haney will get his 4th lap led tonight. And he's going to keep it ahead of the 86 of Brad Hicks, as now Tony Gray is going to move into 2nd place. And it looked like we had a little bit of checkup once again on a restart. And we are going to have another caution as the 83 is down low. So this will be our 4th caution of the night. We lose the field just as we have our caution. We'll go ahead and take a look at what happened to the, I believe that was the 83, as he's still got some pretty good damage. So we'll go ahead and take a look to see what happened here tonight. And I think we might have gone back a little too far, but we could still check to see what happened to Ryan Gemmel as we see the restart. Once again, from Ryan Gemmel's point of view. A little bit of checkup there. We saw the 9 of David Howard Jr. go to the bottom line. Wasn't much there. We go into turn number 3. And the 07 hit the back end. 83 hits the 9. 82 involved. 51 involved. Lots of trucks involved there. So Keith Haney back out on the lead. Let's go ahead and run that Southern Motorsport commercial one more time, and this time we'll get it in before they go green. So we'll get it in right now and be back right after this. And we should be getting the one to go this time around. We'll see if those pace car lights go out, as they are starting to double up. There goes the pace car light, so we are on the one to go. We'll look to see how the 00 now does on the outside line. And we have 22 trucks remaining on the lead lap. We have a couple that are on pit road. Daniel Haney, Ronald Etheridge, AJ Bellinger, Jay Dubuque, and James Haney are all lapped down. Pace car did dip in. Keith Haney bringing it around to the front stretch. Green flag is out. Tony Gray stole a lap. Tony Gray did get a lap led. We'll get that bonus point. And it looked like he checked up the 86 a little bit, but Brad Hicks is still going to have that inside line. Does he get the pass, though? It doesn't look like it, so Tony Gray will move back into second after getting his first lap led of the night. And we got some Toyotas out here battling for a win. And we haven't seen much of the Toyotas out here with the Southern Motorsport Truck Series, as Brad Hicks now getting ready to pass Tony Gray. We'll go back and watch that battle as Keith Haney is still out front leading this race. And the 07 saved it. Wow. What a save. He's not going to save it coming off the corner, though. He's going to hit the wall. Caution is back out. Nobody else involved. And we have our 5th caution of the night. And I'm not sure if Tony Gray knew that the 89 of Shane Pippola was down on that inside line, but it looked like he was going to save it for a moment. I then went and lost control coming out of the corner. Nobody else involved there, but we are going to have our 5th caution of the night on lap 55 of 115. So we'll go ahead and take one more break, and we'll see if we can get an interview in before we go back to green flag racing.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
And I believe we are getting ready to go to one to go. Nope, we are not. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get a word in with a driver really quick. Let's see if we can get a word in with the 07 of Billy Howard. If he is in TeamSpeak. Do we see him in TeamSpeak? We actually do not have the 07 of Billy Howard in TeamSpeak today, so... Yep, just checked, and they're going to go to one to go this time around, so we're going to miss another interview here tonight. But Billy is sitting at 7th right now as he goes to the inside line for that restart. Justin McDuff is back near the front after hitting the wall and dropping back a pretty good distance. We'll go up here with Keith Haney. Keith Haney will bring him in. Pace car has dipped in. Green flag is out. Keith Haney's going to try to get to that line and not get another lap stolen. He doesn't. He's going to immediately jump to that outside line in front of Brad Hicks. Pretty interesting move. We hadn't seen that from anybody leading the race quite yet today. As Keith Haney is going to lead his 20th lap, as we're now on lap 61 of 115. And when they've kept it green, they have knocked off these laps pretty quick. And I thought we were going to have another caution there for a second. We're going to go back in the field, though. And the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez and the 07 of Billy Howard now kind of swaying down to the inside, trying to block anybody from gaining a position on him. Is Billy Howard still back here? He's in the top 5 now. Keith Haney's starting to put some distance on Brad Hicks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 3-car battle going on right here for the first position. Keith Haney up front. Brad Hicks 0.7 back from Keith Haney, and Shane Pippola 0.6 back from Brad Hicks. So it's a pretty good short track battle out here, but they're starting to lose some time on them. And I don't know if they're just saving tires more than Keith Haney, but he is starting to pull away as he's almost gotten a second lead now. As Keith Haney is now working on some lap traffic up here in the front. We'll take a look through the field to see where there we go. Justin McDuff is in front of a big pack of trucks. Justin McDuff, though, is sitting in 5th. Let's take a run through the field. Go back out front with Keith Haney and start there. Keith Haney started in 4th, had dropped back to 6th at one point, currently sits up in 1st. 28 laps led for him tonight. Brad Hicks started 5th tonight. That was the lowest point in his race. He's now sitting 2nd, also led 25 laps for the points leader. Shane Pippola started 6th. Was as low as 13th at one point, now sitting in 3rd. AJ Hamill started back in 13th, now sits in 4th. Justin McDuff started 2nd, led 14 laps, now sits 5th. Lupe Gonzalez started on the pole and hasn't led a lap tonight, now sits in 6th. Rob Whitmore started back in 16th, now sits in 7th. Lynn McNee started back in 15th and now sits in 8th. Kurt Davidson started all the way back in 28th, was the last truck to take the grid, is now sitting in 9th. Jim Locking started 19th tonight, now sits in 10th. Ryan Gemmel started 23rd and is sitting in 11th. Tony Gray started in 8th, led one lap. He stole a lap on a restart, now sits in 12th. David Howard Jr. started 11th tonight, now sits in 13th. Ray Williams started 27th, now sits in 14th. David Gainforth started 17th and sits in 15th now. Joe Mitchell started in 3rd, had dropped back to 26th at one point and has made his way up to 16th. Jeremy Dominic started in 10th, now sitting in 17th. Billy Howard started 18th, made his way up to 5th at one point in this race, now sits back in 18th. Adam Baker started 9th and was sitting up in 7th before an unfortunate accident dropped him back to 19th. Paul Zoda started in 20th, had made his way up to 10th at one point, now sits in 20th. Bob Skinner started 12th tonight, now sits back in 21st. Ronald Etheridge, who is our first lapped truck, one lap down, started in 26th, has made his way up to 22nd tonight. AJ Bellinger started 7th and now sits 23rd. He is also, or he's actually 2 laps down. Paul Cohen started 14th and has dropped back to 24th, his lowest point of the night. Daniel Haney started 24th, now sits 25th. Jay Dubuque started 22nd, now sits in 26th. James Haney is on pit road, started 21st, has not led a lap. He is currently sitting 27th, the last truck on the field. 28th will be Michael Palmer, who took it behind pit road for the night, and he will be done. But we'll go back out front with Keith Haney, who has lost some time as he's trying to battle around some lap traffic, trying to get around the 82 of Bob Skinner. And now he's got the 99 of Paul Zoda back in front of him as we hit lap 79 of 115. Keith Haney has now led 38 laps. Lap 81 of 115, and laps are starting to drop off now that we're keeping it green. We've had 5 cautions tonight. We haven't had one in a while, though, as these guys here at Southern Motorsports are starting to calm down. They're starting to spread out a little bit, starting to get a lot more lap traffic in there, who's giving up space to the leaders. And we're seeing that Keith Haney is taking off once again from Brad Hicks. We'll go back to 5th. We've got a battle back here with Justin McDuff. Oops, that is Joe Mitchell. Lost the field for one moment. We'll be right back into this. There we go. We're coming back. Justin McDuff has got Lupe Gonzalez behind him, who was the pole sitter tonight. They're battling for the edge of the top 5 as Justin McDuff is in 5th right now. These two guys were 1st and 2nd, now sitting 4th and 5th. Lynn McNeese is still battling back here in 7th. And you know what's impressed me is Brad Hicks. He has taken 1 pit stop tonight and has still battled Keith Haney pretty well as they're working on the lap traffic of the 48 of Adam Baker. Shane Pippolet is still hanging on there as well. Brad Hicks only has 1 pit stop to Keith Haney's 2, so maybe Brad likes those tires worn down a little bit, but we are on lap now 86 of 115. As we are on 30 to go, now on 29 to go. Keith Haney has led 46 laps here tonight, trying to get a win for those Toyota manufacturers out there. as it has been pretty dominated here in the Truck Series by the Chevrolets, like we talked about earlier. And the 07 of... where is Billy Howard? Billy Howard is the last truck on the lead lap, and he's in danger of losing it. And he's got the 60 of Ronald Etheridge, who is a newcomer to the league. Right in front of him, he's already a lap down, so Ronald's in danger of losing yet another lap. And Keith Haney is right behind the 07 of Billy Howard, who's trying to keep his lap, but he's going to give it up to the leader. And now he's got 2 more trucks behind him. Is he going to go high once again? And it does look like he's going to give up that space to second. Is third now going to take it? And he will. So Billy Howard, nice job by him letting those guys by. And Brad Hicks now dealing with some lap traffic. Let's take a look back there. He's got 51 of Paul Cohen on his outside. And we're seeing Keith Haney and this top 3 catch a big pack of the field. And if I have this right, Jay Dubuque has taken him behind the wall now. So James Haney is on pit road, hasn't moved. So I imagine James Haney, Jay Dubuque, and Michael Palmer have all taken behind the wall. We're starting to see a lot of trucks lock up those tires in the corners. As we're getting ready to come to the 20 to go already here tonight. Lap 94 of 115 in the books. Next time around will be our 20 to go, and they have kept it green for a while now. Let's see when our last caution was. Take a look really quick. And we're getting lots of tire smoke every corner. So I know that leader's got to be seeing that and wondering if he should back off, because he's got a second on Brad Hicks. But our last caution was lap 57, so these guys have gone pretty much half the race without another caution, as you saw Keith Haney kind of lock him up there for a second, battling with the 101 of David Gainforth, who is lapped traffic. 19 to go. Keith Haney has led 56 laps. I don't think anybody else can beat that tonight. Take a look really quick. Nobody else can beat that, as we now have 18 to go. And your top 5 at the moment: Keith Haney, Brad Hicks, Shane Pippola, AJ Hamill. So let's do this really quick. Top 5 at the moment: Keith Haney, who started in 4th, he's locking up those tires a lot now. Brad Hicks started 5th tonight, is sitting in 2nd. Shane, so really 4th, 5th, and 6th, our starters are now sitting 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. AJ Hamill started back in 13th. He is sitting in 4th. Justin McDuff started 2nd tonight and is sitting 5th. We're watching Keith Haney dealing with a ton of lap traffic, and these guys are not going to move out of his way as they are all battling for positions themselves. 21 jumped to the inside of Keith Haney, and it didn't look like Keith Haney was ready for it. And now he's in trouble of losing it to Brad Hicks. And that is the 21 of Ray Williams. And these guys here are taught to, or are told to run your line, and the leaders have to battle to get around you. If you want to give it up, you can give it up, but if you are battling for position, we're going to have a caution. And 87 took damage. Brad Hicks is going to move to the lead as the caution comes out. Take a look at that one more time. It was the 54 of Joe Mitchell. As we now have our 6th caution of the night on lap 103 of 115. We'll see if we can get a look to see what happened to Joe Mitchell. And we talked about everybody locking up those tires going into the corners. And it finally happened. The 83 locked him up, and the 31 wasn't prepared, and it just bunched up the rest of the traffic. Not a lot of damage by everybody, but enough to send out a caution with 11 to go now. And Brad Hicks not going down pit road. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back with 11 to go. And this race might be over shortly. And I believe we're getting ready to go to the 1 to go. See if the pace car lights go out this time around. They do, so they will double up here. Lynn McNeese sitting in 3rd. Where is Keith Haney, who has the most laps led, back in 6th? Pace car will dip in. And Brad Hicks will bring him to the line for 7 to go. Green flag is out, and Shane Pippola steals a lap from him. So Shane Pippola will get his bonus point for the night. And they bump a little bit in the corner. David Howard Jr. getting a little bit loose there. Lynn McGee sitting in 3rd, watching this battle go out in the top 2 and hoping that a wreck will lead him to victory. Keith Haney now back in 4th. Keith Haney had to lock him up once again. Should be a great finish here with 6 to go now, as Keith Haney's trying to get back up to that lead. Shane Pippola looks to the inside, doesn't quite get it. And Shane cuts down in front of Keith. And did Keith turn? Shane Pippola, as Keith's now going to move into second. Lynn McNeese moves back into third. Brad Hicks, though, still out front, leading some laps, 4 to go. Can Brad hold on? There's late charge by Keith Haney. Shane Pippola got a little bit loose there. He's going to check up the rest of the field. 3 to go. A caution here ends the race. As Brad is going to protect that inside line and make Keith Haney beat him on the outside. And Keith Haney is going to go right back into the lead. Brad Hicks will fall back into second as we're on 2 to go now. Keith Haney's got a little bit of damage, but that's not slowing him down as he comes around for the white flag. White flag is out. Last lap of the race. As he'll now come around and collect his checker flag. Congrats to Keith Haney. And we'll take a quick break here, come back for our post-race interviews.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
All right, and we're back. We got Lynn McNeese in the booth. Lynn McNeese, you got a copy?
I got you, Steve.
All right, well, you start in 15th tonight. We saw you fall back to 21st at one point, but you finished third out here tonight. How was the truck for you at Martinsville?
Oh, the truck was good. I got to kick my own butt for a speeding penalty there about midways there coming out of the pits, and had to fall back to the back after I got my way up to the front. But the truck was good. The setup was good.
Now, we saw a lot of guys locking their tires up, and I know that's pretty stereotypical of short track racing. Did you have any problem with that tonight?
I did there toward the end. I'd already run my tires off and pretty much got all the good out of them, just having to push it for all it was worth. I knew Keith was coming up there with new tires. I didn't know how many he took, but seen him coming, and there was no holding him off.
All right, well, let me check the schedule really quick because I'm not sure where we're at next week. We are at Atlanta. How is it? Do you like Atlanta? Are you prepared for it? Do you think you'll be able to have another great showing out there?
Well, I hope so. I like Atlanta. I usually don't have a lot of luck there, but I do like racing there.
All right, well, you start 15th tonight. You make your way up to third. Any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Oh, we want to give a shout out to you up there in the booth up there for putting this race on for us, and then Paul for being, taking care of all of us and putting the league together over at Southern Motorsports. A lot of fun.
All right, well, congrats once again on your third place finish, and hopefully we see you in Victory Lane next week in Atlanta.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
All right, and we'll move to our second place finisher, Brad Hicks, tonight. Brad Hicks, you got a copy.
Yo, what's going on?
All right, well, he's starting fifth tonight, and that was actually your lowest position of the night. You lead 34 laps, and you come out in second. How was Martinsville?
That's fun, man. I love Martinsville. Had a lot of fun out there.
Now, we did see you up front for a while there near the end of the race. What was going through your mind? We saw Keith Haney kind of getting a run on you. And we do know that you actually only pitted once this whole entire race.
Yeah, he just had fresh tires, Me and him in the 89, I think we was. You probably could have throw the rug over three of us. It's just whoever just didn't make a mistake with that caution.
All right. Well, next week, Southern Motorsports heads to Atlanta. How is Atlanta for you? Do you expect to? I imagine you expect to be up here, but do you think you can pull off a win next week?
I wouldn't count myself out, but you never know. Man, I like Atlanta too. I like any of them except for the road courses.
All right. Well, you start fifth here tonight, lead 34 laps, finish second. Any shout outs you'd like to give?
Just you and Paul and everybody that does this, man. And all the competitors. It was real fun. I just can't tell you how much fun I had. It's hard to explain. I just enjoy it. I don't care if it's for second, the win, or 20th in a race like that. It makes it worthwhile.
Well, having fun out there is what matters, and you finished second tonight, so go ahead and celebrate that second place finish, and hopefully we see you in Victory Lane next week in Atlanta.
I'll try, man. Thank you much.
And we're looking to see if we have our race winner, Keith Haney, in TeamSpeak. I don't believe we do. So unfortunately, we will not get that interview with Keith Haney. He does finish first out here tonight. Congrats once again to Keith Haney. He put on a show and pushed that truck up to first. I believe his lowest point in the night was with 8 laps to go. So he starts fourth tonight, leads 65 laps, and finishes in first. We'll go ahead and go through the results for tonight. Keith Haney does finish first, a win for Toyota, something that's pretty rare out here for the Southern Motorsport Truck Series. Brad Hicks finishes second, Lynn McNeese in third, AJ Hamill fourth. We saw Shane Pippola battling out front for that lead near the end of the race, finishes in fifth. Lupe Gonzalez finishes in sixth. Kurt Davidson finishes seventh. Jeremy Dominic finishes eighth. David Howard Jr. ninth. Ryan Gimmel 10th. Justin McDuff will finish 11th. Tony Davis will finish 12th. David Gainforth will finish 13th. Ray Williams will finish 14th. Rob Whitmore will finish 15th. Billy Howard will finish 16th. AJ Bellinger in his first race with Southern Motorsports will finish 17th. Ronald Etheridge, another newcomer to Southern Motorsports, will finish 2 laps down in 18th. Paul Zoda will finish 19th. Joe Mitchell 20th. Jim Locking will finish 21st. Bob Skinner 22nd. Paul Cohen 23rd. Daniel Haney 24th. Adam Baker 25th. Jay Dubuque will finish 26th. James Haney will finish 27th. And Michael Palmer will finish back in 28th. So with that, I would like to thank everybody for stopping by and checking out the race tonight. Make sure to hit that subscribe and hit the like button to always check out more races with Arctic Broadcasting. Tomorrow night, we are here once again with Southern Motorsports as the Xfinity Series will head to Phoenix, open dog leg, so it should be an interesting battle out there. Hope to see everybody tonight or tomorrow night. And with that, have a great night.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.